Language is a living thing. It breathes, it evolves, and it leaves behind traces of its journey through time. Dictionaries, in their many forms, are the archaeologists of this linguistic landscape. They unearth the relics of past speech, decode forgotten meanings, and chart the ever-changing map of human expression. Our journey begins millennia ago, with the first glimmers of written language. From the clay tablets of ancient Mesopotamia to the sleek interfaces of modern apps, the human desire to record and define language has been a constant companion to our intellectual growth. The earliest dictionaries, though rudimentary by today's standards, represent a profound leap forward in human thought. They mark the point at which we began to dissect language, to break it down into its constituent parts and examine its intricate workings. The invention of the dictionary, then, was not merely a technological innovation. It was a cultural watershed moment. It signaled a new era of linguistic self-awareness, a recognition of the power of words to shape our thoughts and our world. This journey through the history of dictionaries is an exploration of our own intellectual evolution. Our story begins in ancient Sumer, the cradle of civilization, nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. Here, over 5,000 years ago, scribes etched intricate symbols onto clay tablets, creating some of the earliest known writing systems. These cuneiform markings, resembling wedge-shaped indentations, documented everything from trade transactions to religious rituals. And it was from this practical need for record-keeping that the first dictionaries emerged. Picture these early scribes, diligently copying texts, managing inventories, and drafting official documents. As they encountered unfamiliar words or complex grammatical structures, they began compiling lists for their own reference. These lexical lists, often organized by subject matter, served as precursors to the dictionaries we know today. They provided brief explanations of difficult words, synonyms, and even translations between Sumerian and Akkadian, a Semitic language that rose to prominence in the region. One remarkable example is the Ura =, Hubalu glossary, a 3-tablet compilation dating back to the 2nd millennium BC. This ancient text lists over 2,000 Sumerian words alongside their Akkadian equivalents, providing invaluable insights into the languages and cultures of Mesopotamia. These early lexicographical efforts were driven not by a desire for academic prestige, but by a practical need to navigate the complexities of a burgeoning civilization. The scribes of Sumer, though long gone, left behind a legacy that resonates even today. Their meticulous work laid the very foundation for the dictionaries we rely on, demonstrating that the human impulse to define and organize language is as ancient as civilization itself. Their efforts serve as a testament to the enduring power of words and the ingenuity of those who sought to capture their essence. As we move forward in time, we'll see how this tradition of lexicography was carried forward, evolving and adapting to the changing needs of new languages and cultures. The fall of the Roman Empire in the West ushered in a period of linguistic fragmentation in Europe. Latin, once the language of scholarship and administration, gradually gave way to a patchwork of vernacular tongues. Out of this linguistic melting pot emerged a new wave of dictionaries, this time focused on capturing the nuances of these evolving languages. Medieval scribes, often working in monasteries, painstakingly copied and illuminated manuscripts, preserving classical texts and religious writings. But they also turned their attention to the languages spoken by the people around them. Glossaries and vocabularies began to appear, offering definitions and explanations of words in their own tongues. These early dictionaries were often embedded within other works, such as religious texts or legal documents, serving as aids for readers grappling with unfamiliar terms. One notable example is the Epinal Glossary, an 8th century manuscript containing a list of Latin words with their Old English translations. This valuable resource provides a fascinating glimpse into the linguistic landscape of early England, as Latin gradually gave way to the language that would eventually become English. As the Middle Ages progressed, dictionaries began to take on a more standardized form. The invention of the printing press in the 15th century marked a turning point in the history of lexicography. No longer confined to handwritten manuscripts, dictionaries could now be mass-produced and widely disseminated. This technological innovation democratized access to knowledge and fueled a surge in dictionary production, paving the way for the great lexicographical undertakings of the Renaissance and beyond. The stage was set for a new breed of lexicographers, driven by a passion for language and a desire to capture its full richness and complexity. The 18th century witnessed a burgeoning interest in language and its power. Among the towering figures of this Enlightenment era was Samuel Johnson, a literary giant whose influence on the English language is immeasurable. In 1746, Johnson embarked on a monumental project, the creation of a dictionary of the English language. His ambition was to not merely catalogue words, but to codify and standardize the English language, which he saw as being in a state of disarray. For 7 long years, Johnson, aided by a small team of assistants, toiled away in his London residence. He pored over countless texts, from literary classics to scientific treatises, meticulously recording words and crafting definitions. Unlike his predecessors, Johnson sought to provide not just dry explanations, but illustrative quotations that showcase the words in their full glory. His wit and erudition shine through in his definitions, many of which are infused with his characteristic humor and insight. Published in 1755, Johnson's dictionary was a landmark achievement. It contained over 40,000 entries, dwarfing any previous English dictionary in scope and ambition. His work became the standard reference for over a century, shaping the way generations of English speakers understood and used their language. While Johnson's dictionary was a triumph, it was not without its flaws. Johnson's personal biases and eccentricities occasionally seeped into his definitions, leading to accusations of subjectivity. Nevertheless, his work remains a testament to the power of individual brilliance and the enduring human fascination with language. Johnson's dictionary paved the way for a new era of lexicography, one characterized by greater rigor, comprehensiveness, and a growing recognition of the dynamic and evolving nature of language itself. The stage was set for the collaborative, large-scale dictionary projects that would come to define the 19th and 20th centuries. The 19th century witnessed a surge in linguistic scholarship, fueled by advances in philology and a growing fascination with the historical development of languages. It was against this backdrop that a group of visionary scholars embarked on a project of unprecedented scale and ambition, the creation of the Oxford English Dictionary, OED. What began as a seemingly audacious endeavor to create a comprehensive record of the English language soon transformed into a century-long labor of love, involving thousands of volunteers and scholars from around the world. The OED distinguished itself from its predecessors in several key ways. First and foremost was its historical approach. Rather than simply defining words as they were used in the present day, the OED sought to trace their etymological roots and chart their evolution over time. This involved combing through a vast corpus of written material, from ancient manuscripts to modern literature, to uncover the earliest known usages of each word. The dictionary's entries became mini-narratives, chronicling the journeys of words through time, across continents, and through diverse literary and cultural contexts. Secondly, the OED embraced a democratic approach to lexicography. Recognizing the sheer magnitude of the task at hand, the editors issued a call to arms to English speakers around the world, inviting them to contribute quotations that would illustrate the various meanings and usages of words. This call was answered with astonishing enthusiasm, as thousands of volunteers, from clergymen to housewives, diligently combed through books, newspapers, and even personal correspondence, sending in their findings to the OED's editors. This collaborative spirit, this shared passion for language, lay at the very heart of the OED project. It transformed the dictionary from a dry academic exercise into a living testament to the collective wisdom and linguistic curiosity of countless individuals. The first edition of the OED, published in 1928, was a monumental achievement, comprising over 400,000 entries and stretching to an impressive 12 volumes. It stood as a testament to the boundless capacity of the English language and the dedication of those who sought to capture its full breadth and depth. As we venture into the 21st century, the landscape of lexicography continues to evolve in unprecedented ways. The advent of digital technology has revolutionized the way we access, interact with, and contribute to dictionaries. No longer confined to the printed page, dictionaries have become living, breathing entities, constantly updated and enriched by the contributions of users worldwide. Modern digital dictionaries, such as the online version of the Oxford English Dictionary, offer a dynamic and interactive experience. Users can explore word histories, listen to pronunciations, and even witness real-time updates as new words and usages emerge. This digital transformation has not only made dictionaries more accessible, but also more inclusive, reflecting the diverse and ever-changing nature of language. One of the most remarkable aspects of digital lexicography is its ability to harness the power of crowdsourcing. Just as the original OED relied on the contributions of volunteers, today's digital dictionaries invite users to submit new words, meanings, and quotations. This collaborative approach ensures that dictionaries remain relevant and responsive to the linguistic innovations of our time. In conclusion, dictionaries have evolved significantly over the centuries, reflecting the changing nature of language and society. From ancient Sumerian lexical lists to modern digital dictionaries, they remain an essential tool for our communication and deeper understanding of our lives. If you enjoyed this video or learnt something new, please do like and subscribe to our channel. We really do appreciate you watching to the very end. Toodles!